Now, if you happen to be receiving a tax refund this year, you may already be thinking about how you're going to spend it. But before you hit that buy now button on a holiday to Bali, it's worth thinking about whether that is the best strategy.
Yes, to help you decide, our next guest is here to share the best ways to make the most of your tax refund and help your money go further. And for more, we're joined now by Sally Tindall, Canstar's Data Insights Director. Good morning to you, Sal. OK, what do you do first?
OK, well, do you have high interest debts that you're racking up interest charges? It could be even overdue bills, a personal loan, credit card debt, often the most common culprit. If you've got any one of these, go and knock them down first as the absolute priority. You want to get rid of that financial ball and chain. Credit cards, you know the highest interest rate on credit cards on our database? 28.99%. I mean, that's ridiculous. And even at the average rate of just above 18%, if you put a $3,000 tax return onto knocking that debt down, over the next year, you could save $544 in interest charges you would have otherwise paid. And I've included paying off your credit card at a 2% minimum rate. But if you take 10 years to pay off that $3,000 debt, which some people do, if you're only paying the minimum, it's going to take even longer, you would save $4,323 in interest and save yourself 3,653 sleepless nights, right? So just put that as a priority, I would say.
Why banks are still putting nearly 30% interest on credit cards, which is disadvantaging people, is another probably a whole segment. But what about the big Aussie pain point, the mortgage?
Yeah, absolutely. One of my favourite things to knock down early, right? Put $3,000, that tax return, into your mortgage, $600,000 debt, 25 years remaining, typical mortgage. After 1 year, you're going to save $177 in interest. Oh, no, I was going to say, oh, that's not that much. But, you know, that power of time is so important with the mortgage. $177 is not bad, don't get me wrong. But after 10 years, if you keep that one $3,000 extra payment in there, just the $3,000's in there, you're going to save another $2,572. And if you keep it in for the rest of your loan, you're going to save over $11,000 in interest.
That is a huge help there, Sal. What about those considering investing their return?
Yeah, OK, a really good one, because it's important to remember to have eggs in different baskets. I've got a soft spot for the mortgage, absolutely, but investing in your super, really important too. At this point in time, if you're not sure what to do with your tax return, you don't have any high interest debts, go and get some financial advice. You could put it in something like an EFT. It's super flexible. You can tend to get pretty easy access to it when you want to buy a house or whatever it is. Obviously, the returns aren't guaranteed, but you look at, you know, past history, they're pretty good. Or you do the quiet magician, the super. It's fantastic. There are 3 rabbits that you can pull out of that super hat. When you put your $3,000 tax return into your super, if you do it as a pre-tax contribution via your employer, you're actually going to end up with $3,750 in your super, because the super is taxed at 15% when it goes in, rather than the 32% that most people are paying. So that's magic trick number 1. Magic trick number 2, you're going to, or any profits that you earn while your money is in that super, it's going to get taxed at 15%, which again is a lot lower. Magic trick number 2. Magic trick number 3 is obviously the power of compounding interest, because you keep it in there for a long time, you're going to be earning interest on interest on interest. So that $3,000 in 10 years is going to see your super balance go up by $6,682, which is $3,682 extra because of the interest that you're earning on that. So it's really important to think about these strategies. Obviously, go and do the numbers yourself. ASIC's got a fantastic calculator for your super contributions.
OK. Any out-of-the-box suggestions?
Yeah, OK. Oh, look, invest in yourself, right? So think about a leadership course or a diploma in project management. Go and do a cooking class, anything. Or what I love, a time investment, right? So is your life like a clock ticking constantly and that exploding brain emoji? Because that's sometimes what my life is a little bit like. It's someone that's, you know, working full time, got a couple of kids. What about investing in time by getting a Coles delivery subscription or getting a couple of meals from Dinner Lady? It doesn't sound like the most conventional place to put your tax return, but if it's going to free up time, could be worth it.
To do something else. What is the worst thing you could do very quickly?
OK, well, the worst thing is to think that it's free money, because it's not. It is yours, right? You earned it. You're just getting it back from the ATO that actually had it for a little bit of time. Don't spend it in advance. You think you might be getting X amount back from the ATO. Wait till it actually comes back. The number
bank account. Okay.
And don't spend it on just stuff that's going to end up in landfill.
Right.
Oh, just junk.
Thank you.
Thanks, Sal.